Ever heard of Eddie Macon's Run from 1983? If you're into old-school chase movies, this one's got all the classic ingredients, plus a cast you might just recognize. Let's talk cast. John Schneider, the guy from the Dukes of Hazzard, plays Eddie, a guy stuck in a seriously unfair jail sentence who decides to bust out. Chasing him down is none other than Kirk Douglas, playing Carl Buster Marzack, a lawman who just can't let go of the case. And it gets better, with Leah Purcell as Jilly Buck, the governor's niece who surprisingly decides to help Eddie out. You'll also spot Leah Ayres as Eddie's wife, plus Tom Noonan, Mark Margolis, J.O. Sanders, Lisa Dunsheath, Gil Rogers and J.C. Quinn in the lineup. This flick is also where John Goodman and J.T. Walsh got their start. Yep, their first ever movie roles. So what's the story? Eddie gets slapped with a crazy harsh sentence for basically minor stuff. During a wild prison rodeo in Huntsville, Texas, he makes his move, escapes, hops a cattle truck, and starts this intense trek toward Mexico to see his wife and little boy, who, by the way, really needs him because of a serious blood disorder. Hot on Eddie's heels is Marzack, the detective who knows him all too well. Along the road, Eddie runs into all sorts of trouble, like a family of angry ranchers who nearly hang him, and then Jilly, this fancy socialite who gets a thrill helping him out. There's a hotel blow-up, a car chase, and, get this, a shocker of an ending. Marzack lets Eddie go so he can finally reach his family over the Rio Grande. All right, real talk. It didn't light the box office on fire. Cost around $5 million to make and only took in about $26 million. IMDb gives it a 5.6/10 if you're curious. The critics? Roger Ebert said the plot basically tells you what's coming, complained about all the flashbacks breaking up the action, but thought Schneider showed promise and that Leah Purcell was super watchable. He did think the ending was kinda out there. Leonard Maltin gave it 2.5 out of 4, calling it a bumpy ride, and Hal Erickson said Kirk Douglas actually stole the show. Regular viewers have their own take. A lot of them agree it's not a perfect chase flick, but there's something about the cast, the action, and even the shirtless scenes that keep it entertaining. One person summed it up. John Schneider is a basically good man. Leah Purcell delivers the movie's most interesting performance. Not a great chase picture, but it is entertaining. As for behind the scenes, the movie was actually filmed around Laredo, Texas, even though the story starts in Huntsville. The director and writer even drove the route themselves before shooting. Plus, don't forget, this is the very first time John Goodman pops up in a feature film. Tagline? Here you go. Eddie Macon is running from a nightmare, running to a dream, and running for his life. All in all, Eddie Macon's Run is a relic from that early 80s era of guy-on-the-run thrillers, a formula that was everywhere back then, but doesn't turn up so much these days. It's since built up a little cult following because of the leads, the weird plot twists, and that dusty Texas vibe. So if you want to check out a chase thriller that's got heart, quirks, and more than a few surprises, give Eddie Macon's Run a shot.